Srila Prabhupada. Give Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Okay, Kishore. That was very Kishore.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
What's the next part? What's the next part?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada ke, Vyasa Puja Maha Mahotsav ke. So today is the very blessed and auspicious occasion of Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. For devotees, this is even more special than Janmashtami. Right? Janmashtami is the birthday of Lord Krishna. Vyasa Puja is the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada, and it's because of Srila Prabhupada that we got to know about Krishna, we got to hear about Krishna and meet Krishna. So it's a very sweet, very heartfelt, very special occasion. And we'll have many offerings now from 11 o'clock all the way to 12:30 of the devotees who want to say a few words of gratitude and appreciation for Srila Prabhupada. So this is also the festival of gratitude. We're so grateful for everything that he did for us and is doing for us in our lives. So it's our actually good fortune and our pleasure to glorify him today. So I know many of you feel maybe very shy, and that's a very good quality, shyness, and you may feel very, that I'm not good at public speaking like me. I feel the same way. None of us are good at speaking, especially in front of the spiritual master, but regardless of all those reasons, it's our good fortune, our great fortune to glorify Srila Prabhupada today. So if you want to prepare a few words and say a few words, please speak with Amritakili Mataji or Govinda Mohini Mataji, and you can do that. But we already have a list of devotees who have written something and are scheduled to speak, and they'll be speaking. Is it okay? Yes. So, Amrita Keli Mataji wanted me to read a few words on the meaning of Vyasa Puja, after which we will start with the offerings, beginning with His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj. So normally we read the entire meaning of Vyasa Puja. This year it's 4 or 5 pages long. So we're just taking a snippet from one piece that was written last year by His Grace Kripa Moya Prabhu. And the opening words are very special, so I just wanted to read that so it can get us into the mood before we start making the offerings. Kripa Moya Prabhu writes, earlier this year I visited the city of Kolkata and was taken by a kind devotee to an old building on a short back street known as Utta Danga Junction Road. I had never visited there before, but had heard about the place for 40 years. The square, brown, brick, rather plain 3-story building was formerly known as Bhakti Vinod Asana. And it was here on that flat rooftop that Srila Prabhupada met his spiritual master for the first time. So Prabhupada met his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, for the first time in a small building in Kolkata, on the rooftop. I had always been intrigued by the idea of a sacred meeting place up on a roof, and it had a special relevance for me too. In September 1977, Srila Prabhupada came to Bhaktivedanta Manor on what was to be his last visit. I had been sitting close to Srila Prabhupada when, during the Vyasa Puja ceremony, Tamal Krishna Goswami began recounting events from his spiritual master's early life. He faltered when he couldn't recall the date of this rooftop meeting. Even though Srila Prabhupada had said nothing until this point and was in some obvious physical discomfort, he smiled and said, 1922, drawing a cheery Jai from all of his disciples. I was a direct recipient of what had developed since the meeting, and it was because of what transpired on that Kolkata rooftop that I was now sitting before Srila Prabhupada. The connection of Guru and Shishya comes after much searching out on the part of the disciple and much compassion on the part of God. Srila Prabhupada explained that for the meeting of the disciple with his Guru, God Himself makes the arrangements. He said, so Guru is also incarnation of God, mercy incarnation of God. Guru means that God is within you, Chaitya Guru, the Guru or the spiritual master within your heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtati. So this Paramatma is also incarnation of God. And the same Paramatma, when He comes before you, being very much merciful upon you, to teach you from outside, that is Guru. Lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.26, October 1st, 1976. Therefore, God is called Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within the heart. And the physical spiritual master is God's mercy. If God sees that you are sincere, He will give you a spiritual master who can give you protection. He will help you from within and without. Without in the physical form of spiritual master, and within as a spiritual master within the heart. Conversation on May 23rd, 1974. On Vyasa Puja, we worship Srila Prabhupada as a manifested compassion of the Supreme Lord. And we give thanks for the day He appeared in this world, as well as the blessed day we met Him and heard His words for the first time. Srila Prabhupada ki, Vyasa Puja Mahotsava ki. So again, this is a festival of gratitude. It's remembering the first time we met Srila Prabhupada and the gifts that Srila Prabhupada is giving us through his books, his teachings, and all of our Vaishnava Acharyas and our spiritual master. Everything that they're giving to us, we're appreciating and remembering today. So with this, I would like to humbly request His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj to make his offering to Srila Prabhupada.
The offering. Okay. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavani Paschatya Desatarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangam Logayate Garim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Paramananda Madhavam. My dear and most respected spiritual master and eternal Father, please accept my most humble and respectful obeisances in the dust of your most merciful lotus feet. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. You are Krishna's ambassador, directly from Goloka Vrindavan, carrying to the world an unceasing stream of reminders of our forgotten relationship with Krishna. This is not mere hyperbole by your own admission. His Divine Grace told my friend Tamal Krishna Goswami, in Goloka Krishna told me, you go down there and preach. I replied to the Lord, it's such a nasty place. I don't want to go. Please let me stay here. But Krishna persisted and said, don't worry about anything. I will make every arrangement for your comfort. In the meantime, write your books, and when you have finished, then you can return. Srila Prabhupada concluded, then I said, all right. And this is from
asking to come close.
This is from Nava Vraja Mahima. That's a book written by Shivaram Swami. That quote was Tamal Krishna Maharaj to Shivaram Swami. Who can estimate the great fortune of being your disciple and eternal servant? Honoring you in this mood, I want to share but a few inspirations which continue to propel me forward in the senior years of my devotional life, a life singularly and exclusively dedicated to you and your mission. Honoring you in this mood, I want to I take much inspiration from your expression that you had the in-person association with your Guru Maharaj on only a handful of occasions, and yet you never left his association and have never felt separation from him. Tushatadanya, Tokyo, 1972. So far as my personal association with the Guru is concerned, I was only with my Guru Maharaj 4 or 5 times. But I have never left his association, not even for a moment. Because I'm following his instructions, I have never felt any separation. There are some of my godbrothers here in India who had constant personal association with Guru Maharaj, but who are neglecting his orders. This is just like the bug who is sitting on the lap of a king. He may be very puffed up by his position, but all he can succeed in doing is biting the king. Personal association is not so important as association through service. There are many of us who, due to providential arrangements, can also attest to the modest number of opportunities we had to be in your personal association. Much of my junior years of brahmachari life were physically distant from your divine grace, yet I remain to this day vibrantly inspired and connected to you, representing your divine grace and your sublime instructions. I fall at your feet with the earnest prayer for your mercy to always refine and amplify my aspiration to become a qualified instrument in your ongoing mission. I take it as your blessing that, as the years pass, the vitality of my dedication to your mission and to living by your teachings does not waver or fade in the least. One of those teachings and examples set by you was your emphasis on college preaching, for which I was personally on the receiving end. For example, in December 1972, you wrote to Shukadev Prabhu in Seattle, quote, "My request to you is that you enter into the universities and colleges wherever possible and preach there with a view to recruiting some first-class devotees for helping me manage and push on this movement all over the world. That will be the best contribution. Now, spread this idea also to the other leaders. Appeal yourself to the high class of men, not the mass. Mass, too, we do not eliminate anyone, but if best men are there to run on things, mass will follow later." Unquote. You requested your secretary, Shyamasundara Prabhu, to handwrite a note at the bottom of this letter, quote, "Kindly Xerox and distribute copies of this letter to all the temple presidents, GBC, and sannyasis." For decades, dedication to this part of your mission has occupied a major role in my life and has the encouragement to distribute your all-important, life-changing BBT books and your Bhaktivedanta purports. Both delight and reassurance arise again and again when, over time, all the essential elements, as well as the subtle refinements found in your BBT purports, trace directly to the writings of the 6 Goswamis and other predecessor acharyas. At the same time, your inimitable style of communication makes access to even the most subtle points of philosophy so easy to understand and digest. Resting upon these and many other inspirations in my relationship with you, as your faithful disciple for whatever days or weeks or years remain in this lifetime, please grant me the strength to remain always aspiring to become your ever more useful and effective servant. For that matter, I beg to remain your eternal servant, Prabhupada Swami. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Next, we'd like to request Her Grace Premananda Mataji to read the offering of our GBC, Anuta Prabhu, and then she'll read her offering on behalf of ISKCON Naperville.
Hare Krishna. I will first read the GBC, Anuttama, His Grace Anuttama Das Prabhu's offering. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada, with each year that passes, it becomes more and more obvious how dependent we are on your mercy, your teachings, and your example. Thank you for continuing to guide us and nurture us. Thank you for teaching us via thousands of pages of instructions in your books. Thank you for appearing in your Murti form in temples worldwide, where you continue to accept our obeisances and prayers. Thank you for guiding us via hundreds of recorded lectures, in which you at once plead, coach, embrace, and call out to each of us to come closer to you and to Lord Krishna. Thank you for instructing us to call out the Lord's name with feeling, to surrender to the Supreme Beloved, to give up our foolish attempts at capturing happiness through our senses, and to stop blindly following our rebellious materialistic minds. You are so kind to be ever present for us, Srila Prabhupada, year after year. You are our constant friend, guru, and example amidst the ocean of material distress. Srila Prabhupada, as this age of quarrel gains momentum, we see that all over the world, polarization and hatred between people and tribes and nations is increasing. We are trying to realize and share your message, the message of our acharyas, and the world belongs to Krishna. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. And that peace will only come through living cooperatively as children of God. But it is hard. People are so overcome by bitterness and spite. By your grace only, Srila Prabhupada, can we have the opportunity to overcome that darkness. By your grace only, Srila Prabhupada, can we become beacons of light as a society of Vaishnavas, as individual devotees, as citizens, mothers, fathers, neighbors, employers, employees, and as friends and colleagues. But sadly, the world around us impels us to hurt ourselves and others. The world impels us to cheat. The world impels us to be full of hate and anger and jealousy and envy. It is particularly demanding that we do so. It is tempting us to do so. It is prodding us to do so. But you have given us the secret to rising beyond all that, the Lord's holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada, there are so many religious and spiritual people in this world who do not practice what they preach. It is so common that young people have given up on elders and institutions. They hanker for authenticity. They find instead hypocrisy. Srila Prabhupada, you were and are the perfect manifestation of authenticity. This is one of your greatest qualities, one that attracted thousands and today attracts millions to take shelter of you. If we want to be counted as among your followers, if we want to preach and teach and serve you and follow you, we too need to become authentic, not shallow and not proud. We need to become humble Vaishnavas, trying our utmost to respect all others, to be kind to all others, and to be servants of all others. This year, as part of ISKCON Leadership Seminar, being Guru in ISKCON, the GBC Guru Services Committee members felt obliged to add to the course, which is mandatory for devotees taking up the service of initiating Guru, several hours of instructions about spiritual abuse. Why do we do that? How can a spiritual organization have abuse? And why should ISKCON need to teach about it, warn against it, guard against it? Some may argue that our needing to do so proves that ISKCON has deviated from your path of purity. But in reality, the opposite is true. The fact that we take in spiritual abuse openly, that we discuss it, teach about it, and try to minimize it, is not, if not eliminate it, is proof of how your pure example continues to motivate us. This is the dilemma that faces a sincere soul on the path of bhakti. We are by nature pure and eternal servants of God, endeavoring again to serve Him. We take on greater and greater responsibilities to share His message. But every day, every moment, at every turn, we remain vulnerable to forgetfulness or trying again to exploit others and the world around us. Srila Prabhupada, it is because of your purity and the maturing of your faith in that purity that we can teach about spiritual abuse, how to avoid it, how to overcome it, how we must always be on guard so that our controlling and exploitative tendencies may not overwhelm us, even as we try our best to love and serve the Lord. Srila Prabhupada, you gave us the strength to resist these tendencies and the honesty to pray for protection against such tendencies. You have taught us that soul is originally pure, that the soul is meant to love God, and that each one of your followers must enthusiastically carry that message forward. But we must ever be on guard and never forget that each of us is very small and Maya illusion is very strong. Armed with that knowledge and with the awareness of our need for protection at every moment, we pray that all devotees, starting with ourselves and including even the topmost leaders, may be empowered with a deep understanding of our own limitations. We must have the courage to say to ourselves and to others, yes, I can be a messenger on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. But yes, I can also deviate and harm others if I am not careful. I must be trained. I must be held accountable. I must hear every day from our founder Acharya, from my gurus, my elders, my peers, and to help me remember that I am but a humble servant. Most importantly, we must remember that we are completely dependent upon the mercy of the Lord and our founder Acharya. It is your example, Srila Prabhupada, your teaching, your grace, and your authenticity that keep us safe. Srila Prabhupada, thank you for being present in our lives, in your books, in your lectures, in your murtis, and in your society. and for reminding us again and again to never mistreat others or misuse our power, our knowledge, our influence, or our status. We are always but insignificant servants of you and Lord Krishna. Please keep us eternally in the shelter of your lotus feet. Your servant, Anuttama Das. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you all for being here. Just a small sharing from my part here. Om Atnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. As one of your tiny representatives serving here at Sri Sri Radha Shyamasundar Temple in Naperville, I want to express my feelings of deepest gratitude for your unlimited mercy on many fronts in this relatively new temple, Srila Prabhupada, with all the humility I can muster. At the same time, while I was reading His Grace Anuttama Prabhu's offering, I was surprised to see my own concerns and feelings so well expressed in Prabhu's writing. This topic also appeared in quite a few recent classes by my own Guru Maharaj and your disciple, His Holiness Ramapada Swami Maharaj. Maharaj's guidance and GBC's guidance are one and the same. Exact same guidance from two different senior disciples of your divine grace. No wonder, because they keep you and your instructions in the center of their life. What a great living examples for us to follow. Your living presence is felt in their words of wisdom. And I feel so very fortunate for their presence in my life. And that of all the devotees in this community. His Grace Anuttama Prabhu wrote, Srila Prabhupada trained his disciples at once by pleading, coaching, embracing, and calling out. My Guru Maharaj also has been doing the exact same things in this community for over 35 years. Also constantly reminding us to fully take shelter of Lord's holy name with deep feelings of affection and requesting us to stop following the dictates of the mind and thereby overcoming all dissensions. Your exact teaching, humility and respect for all, being patient while remaining enthusiastic, being kind to all, and being servant to all. No need to look anywhere else for authenticity because your presence is felt in the guidance from your dear disciples. When this temple was built, my constant prayer has been to see a well-trained community where everyone come together in full cooperative spirit, following your teachings, to love and serve the Lord together. This small community has come a long way, and it is growing at a great pace as expected so many years ago when we were very, very small. But the age of quarrel also is gaining momentum like anywhere in the world. And it is very disturbing to see quarrel and bitterness among some devotees. On this most auspicious day, I turn to you for protection because you are our ultimate shelter. Your grace, your authenticity and purity is what will protect the devotees in this community as anywhere else in the whole world of ISKCON. I pray that you empower the devotees to remember your teachings every moment of their life and never forget what you wanted to see in ISKCON. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for all your teachings and also sacrifices you made for the spiritual upliftment of all. I remain committed to your service. Your servant, Premananda Devidasi.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
So now we'll start inviting devotees to give their offering. And one humble request is please keep your offering to a maximum of 3 minutes. So everyone has 3 minutes so we can cover many devotees who would like to speak today. Also, the list was prepared by a small committee of devotees. I didn't prepare the list or the order in which devotees are invited. And the way it was thought it would be nice is we'll first invite an adult, then a child, and then a youth. So that's kind of the process. If it seems like that, that's the way it's kind of intended. So we'll begin by inviting His Grace Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu. If you can, he's not here. Okay, so I'll give to Manjari Leela Mataji. She's doing the next one.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So next we have Sita, who would like to offer her offerings to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Hare Krishna dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. On this very auspicious occasion of your Vyasa Puja, please give your mercy so that we can go back to God. You came to the West with no money and a trunk full of books just to save us from the clutches of Maya. You crossed the Atlantic Ocean to help us cross material ocean. You started Food for Life so no one goes hungry. You translated and wrote so many books, including Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, Nectar of Instruction, and more. You struggled so much just for us. You made hippies into happies. You made ISKCON for all of us. Thank you so much for all you did for us. Your servant Sita.
Thank you, Sita, for that wonderful offering. We have Vachaspati next, and then after that we have Subal Prabhu, so please be ready for the next offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm known to talk a lot. I now have 3 minutes, but I'll try. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you and to all the great acharyas in our disciplic succession. The truth is, Srila Prabhupada, being a guru is not an easy task. It is extremely challenging. And I'm sure many of your disciples understand the great responsibility it is to be a guru. Why? Because it is a divine quality, a role that comes straight from the guru of all gurus, that is Lord Balaram, Adi Guru. And I wanted to mention a verse from the Guru Vandana prayers that I really like. And the reason I'm mentioning it, everyone will understand. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to read the translation. It's the 4th verse, the part which goes, Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu, so on and so forth, which means, O spiritual master, O ocean of mercy and friend of the fallen, O universal teacher and life of all people, be merciful unto us, O master, and give us the shade of your lotus feet. May your glories now be proclaimed throughout the 3 worlds. Srila Prabhupada, I feel like just this one verse alone summarizes almost any prayer or whatever prayerful mood a devotee needs to have towards their spiritual master, because you are an ocean of mercy and you're the best friend of all the fallen people, which includes millions of devotees from all over the world, because you made your travel itinerary in such a way where you'd go looking for places which have the most number of fallen souls and you transform their hearts. Now, this characteristic is present in many of the acharyas in our disciplic succession. One person who comes to my mind is actually Lord Shiva, because he is referred to as Vaishnavanam Yadashambho. You mentioned this in Srimad Bhagavatam many times, specifically in the 4th canto, towards the beginning of the 2nd chapter, 4.2.2 to be precise. In your purport and also in the translation, it's mentioned that Lord Shiva is a spiritual master of the entire world and is free from enmity and a peaceful personality, and he's always satisfied with himself. Now, these are the perfect qualities of a guru. And Srila Prabhupada, you also have some of these excellent qualities, which is being peaceful and being free from enmity. Because during your time here on planet Earth, there were many people who wanted to see your success, but there were also many people who didn't want to see you grow. But you simply kept going with your service and you were very successful. So taking inspiration from great personalities is something that we all need to look up to. Srila Prabhupada, there was a point in my time, in my life, maybe a few years ago or say, where I could not engage in a service I really wanted to take part in. And despite many efforts from my side, it just simply didn't happen for various reasons. And what happened as a result of that was it's just crippling. And eventually, this sort of feeling led to a point where my heart was full of disappointment and hatred. And what happened as a result was I could not really do any other service because of these 2 really bad emotions in my heart. But the thing is, Srila Prabhupada, because of these emotions, right, I ended up being very aimless and not knowing where to go, in a very vulnerable state. But one day, this is where Krishna helps everyone. I came across a devotee, a very scholarly devotee in fact, who told me, without any of the context whatsoever, this person had no idea that I had some problems. He was simply saying, it's really important to stay connected with Guru through the Guru Vandana prayers every day in the morning, because that gives a devotee or anyone a sense of direction. And that is what I started doing, but I really started doing it as a trial because I knew in my head, I was thinking this is not going to work. But it worked and it did miracles in my life. I started getting more opportunities in places I thought I never would get. And I'm specifically refraining from saying what are the opportunities because they're still in progress. And I'm hoping, by your mercy, next year I can elaborate more on the success of these services, especially in grand openings and so forth. So Srila Prabhupada, you always mention that shooting the rhino is what we must do. So I'm praying today that with your mercy, may all those services be successful. But the most important thing, Srila Prabhupada, is that whatever opportunities we all might get in life, whatever it might be, material or spiritual, we should never forget our constitutional position as servant of the servant, because in that way we can always engage in your service, which ultimately is a service to the Lord. I would like to end with this. There is a fictional character, Srila Prabhupada. He is referred to as Superman, who travels the world with a cape saving people, but the truth is, he's not real. You are real, Srila Prabhupada. The way I see it, you're a super Swami who actually goes around the world with a dhoti, and it's saffron in color. So I'm really hoping that at one point in time, maybe at the end of our life, we all hang on to your dhoti and you take us back to the spiritual world. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada. May we all go back to Godhead this lifetime. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the wonderful offering, Vachaspati. We have Subal Prabhu, and then we have Sri Harsha next. So please be ready.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Prabhupada Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Shunyavadi Pashatyade Shatarine Vanchakalpa Taruvyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to you, the ever-merciful founder Acharya of ISKCON. All glories to your unfailing compassion and boundless vision. As I search my heart to better understand what it truly means to honor, serve, and love you, your own words ring in my mind. Quote, your love for me will be shown by how much you cooperate to keep this institution together after I am gone. End of quote. This instruction, so intimate, so simple, yet so profound, has become my present meditation and purpose. You taught us bhakti is not merely a sentiment or ritual, but action in cooperation with Guru and Krishna. You show by example how love for the spiritual master is not measured by external displays, but by sincere, cooperative effort to fulfill his mission. By your grace, I can see your example in the pure service of my spiritual master, your beloved disciple, His Holiness Prabhupada Swami Maharaj, whose dedication, commitment, and love for you are the source of my inspiration and aspiration to serve him in his mission to serve your ISKCON movement. When you introduce your Guru Maharaj's His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur GBC model into ISKCON, you gave us both the gift and the responsibility of a structured cooperation. You directed your followers to rise above factionalism and immaturity to uphold unity in diversity. But, as you warned us, this is no utopia. Through your letters and lectures, you made it clear disagreements will come. Even in a spiritual society, faults will be found, mistakes will be made, but none of this is an excuse to give up or go on alone. Rather, it is our sacred opportunity to embody humility, seek understanding, and rise above personal preference to serve the collective cause of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan mission. In service to my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Swami, I would like to contribute to this great endeavor to help build frameworks that fosters inclusiveness, cooperation, and empowerment, whether through leadership gatherings, working groups, or outreach initiative. I carry the conviction that a structure is not an enemy of a spirit, but a servant of it. When lovingly and thoughtfully applied, it can become a vessel for Shraddha, Seva, and harmony. Still, I've learned again and again that the real foundation of cooperation is not policy, but purity, not regulation, but relationship, no cleverness, but character, and above all, humility. In your purpose and instructions, you reminded us that true cooperation requires a Vaishnava-like disposition, always seeing others as more qualified, always willing to be corrected, always eager to serve. This culture of humility is a soil where unity and diversity can take root. You warned us that with cooperation, you warned us that without cooperation, we will fail. But you also gave us the key to success. Keep Krishna in the center. Like concentric circles sharing a common center, our differences will never collide when everything we do is aligned with the goal of pleasing you and Sri Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, I beg for your mercy and guidance as I continue to walk this path. I offer you, through my Guru Maharaj, the fruits of my attempts, imperfect though they are, to serve your desire for an inclusive, empowered, and spiritually strong society. Please bless me with a deeper devotion to the mission of my Guru Maharaj, with the courage to cooperate more deeply, the humility to listen more sincerely, and the strength to continue building toward the unity you envision. May I always remember to love is to cooperate. Your grateful servant, Subhadas.
Srila Prabhupada ki. So we had such nice offerings. Thank you for those who have already said their offering. Again, just wanted to remind that we have maximum of 3 minutes, and it's very important we stay on time. It's very hard to do that. So I'm going to keep a timer, and then it's going to go beep, 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 and that's going to be the call. Then everyone knows this is the end. So with that, we'll invite Shri Harsha to come up and give his 3-minute offering. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your service to Radha Shyam Sundar. First of all, thank you so much for establishing ISKCON. In the midst of many bars on 2nd Avenue, you have built the first ISKCON temple on 2nd Avenue in New York's Lower East Side. Also, thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for tolerating 2 heart attacks at the age of 70 for bringing you closer to Krishna. And thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for everything you did. Hare Krishna. Your servant, Sri Harsha.
Haribol, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We'd like to request Akhanda Nam Prabhu, and then after that Saragrahi Mataji, and then Siya. So, Akhanda Nam Prabhu.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you. It's said that every human being has basic and growing needs for survival. Food, water, clothing, shelter. There's also the need for meaningful relationships, and more importantly, the need to have a deep purpose for life. People work or have to generally strive very hard, work like donkeys, try many attempts to fulfill these needs, these basic and growing needs. In my perspective, you single-handedly created a world and a lifestyle of living that provides far more than these needs in a very accessible manner. There are temples around the world which provide unlimited prasadam and literally provide a shelter. It's the place where some of us spend the most time besides our house. This movement provides an opportunity to have meaningful relationships and have incessant sadhu sangha. This may be a record summer. We're having a program every single day, if not 2. And I can just see this spiritual family and this community growing under your shelter. It's something that people crave for, but it's hard to get. And you have created this for us for our benefit. But the biggest need that this movement fulfills is the need to have a deep purpose in life. The one of building an eternal sambandha with Lord Krishna and to serve him eternally. As a 2nd generation devotee, I see that you have created something that is here to fulfill the current and many future generations to come. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada Ki. Saragrahi Mataji.
Dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to you. I am an unqualified soul to speak about you, a magnanimous founder acharya and eternal well-wisher. Yet I humbly take this opportunity to glorify you out of my deep gratitude to you. I first visited our ISKCON temple a little over a decade back. At that time, I was going through a most difficult time of my life. Your books and programs at the temple completely turned my life around. Your teachings exposed me to my true identity and filled my life with purpose. Specifically, your deep love for Krishna and guidance regarding Bhakti Yoga completely transformed me. Looking back at that time now, I am so very grateful to you. It is your grace that guides us in the right direction. Jahara prasadi bhai, e bhava toriya jai, Krishna prapti hoye jahan hoete. By his grace, we can cross over the ocean of material suffering. Attainment to Krishna is made possible by him, Sri Guru Vandana Narottam Das Thakur. Lord Chaitanya's desire was to spread Krishna consciousness globally. By fulfilling the action of the order of your spiritual master, you achieved that goal. You were steadfast in achieving your mission. With your words and action, you inspired us to perform our real duty in life. Through your teachings, I also found my spiritual master who guides us in the path of bhakti tirelessly. By your causeless mercy, we were able to understand the process of loving devotion. Therefore, this one practice, chanting Hare Krishna and hearing, that is very nice. And praying to Krishna, please give me strength. Hare, O energy of Krishna, I'm fallen. I have no strength. Please accept me. That's all. Morning walk in Stowe Lane, San Francisco, March 1968. I often reflect on your boundless compassion. You gave us amazing books that changed the trajectory of our life. You gave us the process of deity worship and a spiritual family worldwide. Please forgive me for any mistakes that I may have committed intentionally or accidentally. I seek your blessings for developing pure devotion for your very dear Lord Krishna. Please bless me so that I'm always attached to hearing and chanting your holy names. Please empower me so that I can serve as an instrument to serve your mission. Please make me eligible so that when it is the right time, I can go back to my real home. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. Next we have Sia. And after that, please be ready, Shripati. Your obeisances.
She can use this. Yeah.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna on this earth, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Our respectful obeisances are unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. You are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya and delivering the Western countries, which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. My dear Srila Prabhupada, on this auspicious and special day of Nandotsava, I would like to offer this letter to you. Please give me your blessing so I can say this offering with love. I'm so grateful to you for establishing temples all around the world and writing purports and translations for the Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much for your mercy on all of us. Your childhood pastimes were very wonderful. One of my favorite pastimes is the Ratha Yatra. One day, your dad took you to the Ratha Yatra happening in Puri. When you came home, you said that you wanted to have a Ratha Yatra just like how they had it in Puri. Then both of you searched for a Ratha Yatra but could not find one. You started to cry. One lady said she had one cart. So after coming home along with your father, you painted the cart and you had a wonderful 8-day Ratha Yatra with neighbors and friends. It's your mercy that now every summer we go to Ratha Yatra procession in Chicago and take the darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Maharani. I read Srimad Bhagavatam every day as part of my morning program at my home, and this is one of my reflections from your purports, Srila Prabhupada. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.46 to 47, where you focused on hearing process. I want to hear Krishna's glories from a guru so I can get attracted to Lord Krishna just like Rukmini. She didn't see Krishna, but just by hearing from Narada Muni, she got attracted to Lord Krishna. Thank you for engaging us in hearing process along with chanting. You are so compassionate on all of us and gave us the proper sources to remember Krishna joyfully. I pray to you and all the Vaishnavas here to bless me so I can be always in the good association. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, my dear great-grandfather Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. Next we have Shripati, and then we have Pratibha Prabhu.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, I'm not a great speaker, but I'll try my best today. So I just want to appreciate the qualities of you that I very much appreciate. Firstly, I am very grateful that you came to the West to spread this message. You've changed so many lives, including mine. You've given us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message and have given us the one-way ticket to go back to Godhead. This choice to come to the West, this bravery, I very much appreciate. 2 heart attacks, practically no money, and literally not knowing whether to turn left or right, the odds were stacked. But in this state, you surrendered to Krishna, which is the second quality I appreciate. And I really struggle with this, so Prabhupada, please give me your mercy. Lastly, I appreciate your quality of leadership. You've installed over 100 temples over the world, had 5,000 plus disciples, and you've completed so many feats in the service of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, I'm truly grateful for the impact that you've made on my life. Your servant, Shripati.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Next, we request Pratibha Prabhu to come. After that, Anirudh, and then Rahel.
Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshitarine. Dear Srila Prabhupada, I offer my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. On this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja, I wish to express my deepest gratitude. Your translations and Bhaktivedanta purports have transformed my life and lives of countless other devotees. You did not just give us philosophy in theory, but you gave us ISKCON, a global society with temples where we can practice, serve, experiment, and experience these teachings in action. This is your great mercy. You gave us not only knowledge, but also the platform to transform that knowledge into realization. One of my personal realizations this year, even though it's one of the very basic ones, is that all systems of yoga aim for mind control as a prerequisite, which is also very difficult. However, you revealed to us the Bhakti Yoga, the only yoga that automatically controls the mind naturally, almost without us realizing it. As Krishna says, Rasavarjam raso apyasya param drishtva nivartante. When one experiences a higher taste, the lower tastes fall away. Through your teachings and instructions, we have been given the higher taste. And thus the restless mind becomes fixed in Krishna consciousness with joy. Of course, with little struggle. Today, some of the presentations by some of our contemporary devotees on the writings of our previous acharyas and the 6 Goswamis are very impressive. However, when I come across one of your purports and find that you have already covered those topics with clarity and depth, your statement that everything is in my books becomes more and more evident to me each time. On this day, Srila Prabhupada, I pray for your blessings. Please allow me to faithfully follow my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj, in carrying forward his mission, which is non-different from your own divine mission, to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving us everything, knowledge, family and society, and our services. All glories to you on this Vyasa Puja day. Thank you.
Anirudh.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, I offer my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. I am filled with gratitude for your compassion and tireless efforts to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. At a time when people had forgotten the true purpose of life, you carried the holy name of the Lord across the world and inspired countless hearts. Your books, teachings, and the ISKCON temples you established helped us remember the eternal relationship we have with Lord Krishna. Because of your mercy, people all over the world can chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, find real peace and happiness. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada, for guiding us, helping us, and being our eternal well-wisher. Your servant, Anirudh.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Next we have Rahel, and then we have Uttama Shloka Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I wrote this like 30 minutes ago, so forgive me in advance. This morning, I was looking at the chart of disciplic succession. I think there's over 30 names on there. And honestly speaking, I maybe know like 2 or 3 of them. Like Krishna, Brahma, and then I think the last one is Prabhupada. And so the question I was asking myself is, why is this so unrelatable? How is this connected to me in any way? I have a quote here. I don't know where it's from. The parampara is the link between the disciple and the Lord. A devotee in the parampara is always in direct contact with Krishna and through him. The disciple also contacts Krishna. The devotee feels himself under the protection of Krishna's divine mercy, and that is the essence of the spiritual life. So, Harisham Prabhu is the reason I'm here. He's the devotee who cultivated me. And his, I guess, style of preaching involved mainly 3 things. Just him giving me his time, his energy, and I wrote friendship, yes. And there was never like any pressure from his side to like do a full 16 rounds, attend Mangal Arati every day. It was just like, you know, my relationship with him was more like working out, going to vegan restaurants, just good time. And but I still had trouble figuring out like how is Prabhupada involved in all this. And recently I discovered a devotee named Jai Jagannath Prabhu who cultivated Harisham, mainly offered these 3 things: friendship, time, and his energy. And once I discovered this, I think it was pretty easy to make that connection, and how everything traces back to Prabhupada. And it honestly created like this feeling within me that I'm part of something bigger now. It's like this devotee D1 basketball team. And yeah, I feel that honestly we often forget that preaching is not just limited to book distribution, but it can come in many forms. and in Prabhupada's case, like going on walks with his disciples. So to Srila Prabhupada, I am grateful for all the time, friendship, and energy you've invested in your disciples.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, next we have Uttama Shloka Prabhu. Are you here? Not Balram Prasad Prabhu. Then next we have Sanatan Prema Prabhu.
Nam Vishnu Pradaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Name Namaste Sarvadeva Gauravani Chanshandvani Paschatya. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. On this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja, I offer my deepest gratitude for your boundless compassion. Although I am your grand disciple and did not have the good fortune of personally meeting you, your presence is felt constantly through your books, your disciples, and the worldwide family of devotees you created. When the world was drowning in the materialism and forgetfulness of Krishna, you left the sacred land of Vrindavan and crossed the ocean, carrying only the instruction of your spiritual master with faith, humility, and absolute dependence on Krishna. You gave us the holy name, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and a spiritual society that provides a shelter for all souls. Truly, your life is the greatest example of selfless compassion. The Srimad Bhagavatam glorifies devotees like you with these words of the gopis. Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavibir iditam kalma shapanam Shravana mangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Granatiye Buri the Janaha. The nectar of Krishna's words revives the suffering soul, removes all sins, and brings highest auspiciousness. Those who spread them are the greatest benefactors. Srila Prabhupada, you are the Buri the Janaha, the most magnanimous benefactor, because you distributed Krishna Katha across the entire world. Without your sacrifice, I would remain lost in darkness. By your mercy, I have the shelter of my Guru Maharaj, who carries your mission forward and connects me to you and to Lord Krishna. In this way, your compassion continues to flow through disciplic succession, touching countless lives, including mine. On this day, I pray for two things: that I never forget your instructions and that I may always remain the servant of your servants. Please bless me with humility, sincerity, and steadiness, so that my life, my family, and my work may be all engaged in some small way in your service. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for being the savior of the fallen souls and the eternal well-wisher of every living being. Whatever little devotion I have is only by your grace. Mercy. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki. We'd request Sanatan Prem Prabhu, please come. And the next person, Govinda Mohini Mataji, on behalf of ISKCON Naperville team.
Hare Krishna, everyone. This event is Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'll try to make it short. I'll just talk about a little bit about myself, so you have a background. Long time ago, I was a very lost and fallen and messed up youth, trying to find out what I need to do in life. And for 9 years of my life, I was angry, frustrated, a lot of complaints, a lot of things. I was searching to how to find a path. And after 9 years of journey, somehow or other, I came across Srila Prabhupada in Bangalore. And definitely, devotee there gave me books, a lot of books. One of the books was Perfect Question, Perfect Answer. The questions that I had in my mind for 9 years, that I was looking for, I did a lot of things. Most of the answers were there. And after that, I was so crazy and hungry for reading more books. And the devotee gave me so many books. I had bags full of books that day. So, of course, I came to US after that and I read almost all his books except Bhagavatam. And that's what I feel fortunate that whatever I am today, it's only because of Prabhupada books. Otherwise, I will be somewhere in the street of Dallas. I was homeless in Dallas for 2 weeks. I was homeless in Dallas. But anyway, one of the devotees, somehow he wanted to go to Tirupati. That's how I went to Tirupati with him. And then we'd go to Bangalore, and that's how I came to books. So definitely want to thank Prabhupada for his books. And he has given a lot of things. After reading his books, I started joining ISKCON, going to ISKCON temple, and met so many of his disciples and so many devotees. And I still can't believe that what I was reading in his book is true. And it took me another 5-6 years to join ISKCON formally, which was fortunately here through ISKCON Naperville and devotees here. And once I joined ISKCON here, of course, my background was still not completely settled. So I will have a lot of complaints about everything and anything. And I will bother Premananda Mataji a lot about those complaints. But through her guidance and of course through a lot of other senior devotees' guidance, the answer I was getting, go and read Prabhupada books. So now I have made myself a habit to every time before I go to sleep or I wake up, I try to read Prabhupada books. And one of the books, there are a lot of books, but one book that I like and read is Lilamrita. Of course, it's not written by Prabhupada, but it talks a lot about Prabhupada, and I see his life. He has so many complaints. He could have done so many complaints, but who is going complaining to? His Guru Maharaj was not physically present. Of course, Krishna was there, but he did not bother about any of the complaints that he had, but he was serving every single soul that was coming to him. So, Prabhupada, I really want to thank you for your books, for all the centers you have given us, all the temples you have given us, Rath Yatras, and most importantly, I tell the process he has given us, whether it is somebody like me, a youth, adult, senior, no matter who is walking, that is a process that he has given us by which we all can transform our life, and hopefully, for me, I pray that one day I'll become a better human being. I don't know whether I'll become a devotee this life or not, but the goal is to become a human being. So please, Prabhupada, keep me in your shelter and continue to help me. And last but not least, I want to thank you for giving us associates with all these wonderful devotees in this temple hall and throughout the world. I travel a lot for work. One time I was in Poland and I had no idea where to eat food. So I was searching ISKCON, and this was in a very country remote area. And of course found a home. Mataji, who doesn't know English, I don't know Polish, but she saw my Kanthi Mala and she served me for a whole week. I was there. So Prabhupada, thank you for giving us all the devotees and all the centers. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you, Prabhu. Such a beautiful, heartfelt offering. Next, we have Govinda Mohini Mataji and the Sankirtan team, and after that, Akila Dhara Prabhu.
Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to you, the empowered messenger of Lord Chaitanya. On this most sacred day of your appearance, we bow our head in gratitude for the gift you have given the entire world, your transcendental books. These books are certainly not ordinary literature. They're the sound incarnation of Krishna himself, delivering his mercy into every home inviting them back home, back to Godhead. We know that it is your desire to distribute this knowledge far and wide. So only by your mercy, we are given this honor to participate in this service. However, we feel quite small as instruments in your compassionate vision. Every time we place a Srimad Bhagavatam in someone's hands, every time a stranger accepts a Bhagavad Gita, we feel your presence guiding us. We hope that our tiny efforts are pleasing to you, as pleasing you is in your mission. Srila Prabhupada, we pray to remain enthusiastic, humble, and determined in this service, not swayed by numbers, challenges, or discouragement, but motivated only by the desire to please you. May we never forget that each book distributed is a soul-given chance to be rescued from the ocean of birth and death. We dedicate whatever results come from our efforts entirely to your lotus feet, begging for the strength to continue this service with sincerity and determination. I would like to offer you the scores from 2024, last year's book distribution. Last year, we distributed 535 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. $2,893 Bhagavad Gitas and 64 sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and many small books totaling to 15,125 books. Please bless us that may we continue our efforts for 2025. Your aspiring servants, Naperville Sankirtan team. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much for the offering, Mataji. Next we have Akhiladhara Prabhu, and then we have Gopal Hari Prabhu.
Dearest and most respectful His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, from yesterday night, I am reflecting on Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito, who had given me the following most transcendental gifts. Holy name, first, holy name Nam Prabhu. Before coming in contact of devotees in Indore, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, I didn't knew anything about chanting, which is Yug Dharma for the age of Kali, like most of the unfortunate souls in this planet. 2. Sri Dham. Your Divine Grace established innumerable places of worship all over the world. Reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, the dedication, struggles, hardships of viewers in initial days and dedication and surrenderance of your initial disciples are filled with amazement. All these manifestations are orchestrated by Supreme Lord. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravartana. Third, Srimad Bhagavatam. Recently, in morning classes at Indore on Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 1st chapter, His Grace Sarvabhauma Prabhuji mentioned every word of Bhaktivedanta purport are real gems. Without your sacrifices and divine mercy, how we could have got the access to holy scriptures written by divine acharyas in a parampara. Fourth, deities and temples. Yesterday, during Janmashtami festivities, the amazing kirtans at the ISKCON Naperville Temple Hall filled with devotees and midnight kirtan in remote place of the world is possible only because of your divine grace mercy. Fifth, devotees. My Guru Maharaj, in answer to how to questions, mention Sadhu Sangha. Without your divine grace mercy, How can I imagine and associated with sadhus and amazing gifted Vaishnavas in my life? I would not have understood what real sadhu meant. Srila Prabhupada, on the auspicious appearance day, please empower me to take all these 5 gifts into my life with deep gratitude and make my life successful. Srila Prabhupada, today during morning japa, I was meditating on quote I came across yesterday. Srila Prabhupada, from today I am yours, fully, forever, without condition and without reservations. Unquote. On auspicious day, I pray for your blessings to keep it in forefront meditation, giving up all reservations. I am very tiny and seek your empowerment to accomplish this. Srila Prabhupada, Yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai, tomara karuna sara. I have no qualification, but my only hope is divine grace, mercy, abundantly flowing in my life. Srila Prabhupada, please forgive me for all my offenses at dust of your divine grace. You are insignificant servant of your servants, Akhiladhara Das. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your offering. Next, we have Gopal Hari Prabhuji, and then we have Shri Radhika Mataji.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances. All glories to your divine grace on this most auspicious occasion of your Vyasa Puja. There is no day in the year more auspicious than today. This year, I've been meditating on your deep impact on the world and our hearts. I was reflecting how powerful your mercy has been and how deeply your mission continues to transform the world. The results of your mood and mission can be seen everywhere. Over 520 million publications of your 70 volumes of books have been translated in 76 languages. This is over 500 million books, and Srila Prabhupada is the most published author in the world. Prabhupada's ISKCON has over 800 temples and centers around the world. Over 3 billion plates of prasadam have been served since Prabhupada touched this land. 1.2 million school meals daily. 340,000 patients have been treated at ISKCON hospitals. There are dozens of schools, colleges, and academic centers around the 7 continents. Over 6,000 festivals, large festivals, take place annually around the world. There's 110 restaurants and 65 farm communities. So, Srila Prabhupada, this is only the beginning. Who can deny that you are the messenger of God? Who can question your potency and presence today? Your limitless service inspires us to be minutely small instruments in your service. Srila Prabhupada, you are our revered Acharya, and your disciples and grand disciples have accepted your example and instructions as their very life and soul. You demonstrated by your own life a true disciple imbibes not only the teachings, but also the mood and qualities of the spiritual master. Spiritual masters are many, their qualities are many, but what is their mood? Even after doing so much for Krishna, their mood is that I have not done enough for Krishna. I'm reminded of one occasion when His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj's health was very fragile. The doctors had prescribed rest, and well-wishers begged him to stop traveling and managing so much. Maharaj looked at the devotees and replied, once Srila Prabhupada was similarly requested. To this, Prabhupada responded, please do not take away my privilege to struggle for Krishna. Maharaj continued to recall how you, Srila Prabhupada, explained that just as the most glorious death for a soldier is to die fighting on the battlefield, the most glorious death for a devotee is to die spreading and preaching the glories of Krishna. And indeed, this is how he and so many of your unalloyed followers have departed this world, exhibiting your mood and mission, Srila Prabhupada. Those who have not departed and are here at ISKCON Naperville and other places around the world are personally exhibiting this same mood and mission through their example. On this day, I beg you to accept this scentless, shriveled, and unworthy flower in your service, and kindly allow me to imbibe your mood and mission to serve you and your movement until the very end. Pramanda Pramite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. By what great fortune have we come in contact with you? How can we ever repay our debt to you? You would often say, we have been trying to enjoy our senses for so many lifetimes. Just give this one life to Krishna. Today I pray, please allow me to give this one life to you. Make it yours and guide it as you will. Do whatever is necessary to make it fit to one day serve the servants of your servants in Krishna's eternal abode. Your aspiring servants, Gopal Haridas and Devi Murthy Devidas.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radhika Mataji now, and then we have Nityananda Pran Prabhu.
My dear grandfather, Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your divine grace. This year has been particularly special for me in connecting with you through the service of slowly and deliberately recording 3 audiobooks and rereading the Lilamrita. I have come to more deeply appreciate your pastimes and qualities. What strikes me is the consistency in how Srila Satswarup Maharaj, Shyamasundar Prabhu, Gurudas Prabhu, and Vishakha Mataji describe your personality. A couple of aspects in particular that are staying with me are your presence and empathy. First, regarding your presence. Shyamasundar Prabhu recounts that being with you was like being in the eye of a hurricane. There was so much activity going on within ISKCON while you were on this planet, and yet you were perfectly calm and composed. I'm inspired by this to also invite more presence into my life. Even in the midst of a fast-moving pace, I often imagine being packed up tight with you in the tranquil eye of a hurricane. When spending time with people, you were never rushed. You would have conversations late into the night and then request some puffed rice with hot milk or puris with sugar past midnight. You amply demonstrated that the only rule of the spiritual world is love. Time is for building loving relationships. This axiom was embedded in how you interacted with your disciples. Hence, they sacrificed their very lives to serve you. I am also inspired to drop into a tender, relaxed heart as I navigate my way through life and relationships. Second, regarding your empathy, Vishakha Mataji recounts how you extended very personal gestures of care for the health and well-being of Jamuna Mataji and herself. You broke all molds as you brought gifts of saris from Vrindavan for your beloved daughters. You let even your daughters grab and cry at your feet in Montreal before their foray into London. Just like Krishna, who Anukampa trembles with his devotees, your empathic heart felt with in the sufferings and celebrations of your disciples. While I embark on this long journey of trying to imbibe empathy in service of your movement, I am confident that it is through getting a glimpse into your heart that I will begin to integrate it into my life. I have a recurring dream that my last words as I'm leaving this body are, Prabhupada, you came. Please bring this dream to reality. Your beloved granddaughter, Sri Radhika Devi Dasi.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Nityananda Pran Prabhu will bring it to a finale. Thank you.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Krishna's opinion is absolute fact, not a worldly opinion that can be dismissed as entitlement. In this world, opinions clash on a daily basis, each opinionated person thumping their fist on the table of their rationale. Such opinions are born out of faulty senses, restless minds, and splayed intelligence. Different from all these is Krishna's opinion. It is self-evident truth. These opinions are meant to be taken as revered truths that cleanse one of the contamination of repeated birth and death, as keys that unlock treasures of realizations, and as medicines that cure the disease of primordial blindness to the reality of one's own true identity, nature, and purpose. There may be other remedies mentioned in the Vedas, since the Vedas are wish-fulfilling trees and there is something for everyone. A discerning person must assess the difference between relief and cure. Fortunate are those who are so discerning. For the unfortunate ones, I being one of them, Sri Krishna's opinion is the compass that points to the true north. Devaha kshetrani tirthani darshana sparshanarchanaihi shanai punanti kalena tadapi arhatamekshaya. Translation: one can gradually become purified by seeing, touching, and worshipping temple deities, places of pilgrimage, and holy rivers. But one can attain the same result immediately simply by receiving the glance of exalted sages. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 86, verse 52. More potent and effective than deities in temples, places of pilgrimage, and holy rivers is the compassionate glance of the pure devotee. This is not to deprecate any of these other entities, but to gain a better appreciation of them in relation to the pure devotees. You taught us to serve the deities lovingly. It pleases you to see the devotees sing, dance, and discuss the glories of the deities. You personally took your followers to visit holy places and encouraged them to bathe in the sacred rivers. The point of emphasis is on under your direction. Else, the deities would remain statues at best, pilgrimages turned to tourism, and dips in rivers mere frolicking. Your glancing upon us is our one sure way to become uplifted, because your glance is your grace upon us. All we need to do is bask in that grace, just as all one needs to inherit his parents' wealth is be alive. I don't carry realizations of the greatness of the deities. I lack patience, even enthusiasm sometimes to go on pilgrimage, and inexplicable excuses for not visiting holy rivers. But I'm assured of the one indefatigable truth, that as long as I stay in the shade of my Guru Maharaj's lotus feet and in the family of devotees, your glance is my wealth, my true inheritance. I pray I be alive in bhakti to gratefully receive it. Your servant, Nityananda Prandas.
Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thank you everyone for such beautiful and wonderful offerings to Srila Prabhupada. We're so grateful today for Srila Prabhupada's mercy and for all of you for spreading his glories.
Hare Krishna, if you had an amazing Janmashtami festival yesterday, say it loudly, Haribol! Louder please. Haribol! Yes, it's time to thank the Vyasa Puja team for setting up this Vyasa Puja, one of, right after the biggest festival of the year, right? So there are a few personalities we definitely want to thank. First and foremost, we would like to thank His Holiness Romapada Swami. Maharaj has been planting the seeds in the Chicago area for several decades, and he is a key personality that we are having this amazing festival here. And very grateful to Maharaj for the last several weeks. He's here preparing our consciousness in anticipation of Krishna's appearance yesterday, and that's the reason we are here today. Once again, a loud Haribol for Maharaj. Haribol! Secondly, another wonderful personality. We have such a wonderful temple, a key pillar behind this temple, manifestation of this temple and the running of this temple, our temple president, Her Grace Premananda Machi. A loud Haribol to her. Haribol! And one single person who tried to pull this whole event together right in the middle of big Janmashtami event, Her Grace Govinda Mohini Mataji. She is the primary person behind the Vyasa Puja. And lastly, I'll go through a list of few teams that helped to put this together. First and foremost, everybody who prepared this wonderful offerings to Srila Prabhupada. Amazing the amount of offerings that we do every year. It makes our festival so special. Thank you all. Despite staying till midnight last night, you still prepared this out of love to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, and Haribol to all of you those who prepared this. And then final thanks to the Prasadam team, the DT worship team, the Abhishekam team, and the 2B team. If you want to be part of the 2B team, you can be part of the cleanup after the event. So if you join for cleanup, it's amazing. You're also getting an advanced Haribol. Haribol to all of these teams. Haribol! Now we'll move to the next portion of our Vyasa Puja, which is offering Arati to Srila Prabhupada. You can all the Matajis can come this side, the Prabhujis can stand that side. Please do not face your back to the deities, so stand in such a way that you don't face the back to the deities.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Pushpanjali. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Tam Saradava Nalalidha Loka Tranaya Karunya Ganat Ganatvan Ranaya Karunya Ganat Ganatvan Samsadhatava Nalalidha Loka Ranaya Karunya Ganat Ganatvan Pratasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Mahaprabho Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditramadhyam Manasurasenam Romanchakampa Dhrutaranga Bhajyo Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vigrahara Nadanityananam Ringarathan Mandira Marjanado Ringarathan Mandira Juktasya Bhaktams Shaniyunjatopi Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Chaturvida Sri Bhagavat Prasadam Dwadana Triptam Hari Bhakta Sangam Kridana Kriptam Hari Bhakta Sangam Kritaiva Triptim Bhajato Sadaiva Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Kritaiva Triptim Bhajato Sadaiva Bande Guru Sri Sri Radhikama Dhabajora Para Mardhuya Lila Gunarupananam Mardhuya Lila Pratishana Shwa Dana Lolupasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Mi Kunja Juno Rati Keli Sidve Ya Jalidhir Juktir Apekshaniya রিধে জালি বীর যুক্তি রাতি দাসিয়া আতিবালা ভাসিয়া বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম আতিবালা ভাসিয়া বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম সাক্ষাধারী দ্বে নাচমস্তা শাস্ত্রের উক্তস্তথা ভাব্যতা এব সাধ্বী কিন্তু প্রভুজা প্রিয়া এব তাস্যা বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণ যস্য প্রসাদম ভগবৎ প্রসাদান যস্য প্রসাদম নগতি কুতোপি যস্য প্রসাদম দাজানস্তু বন্তস্য যস্য ত্রিসন্ধ্যান বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণ বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম বন্দে গুরু শ্রী চরণারবিন্দম সংসারদাবানললিধা লোকা ত্রাণযকারুণ্য গণগণধ্বং प्रथास्य कल्याण गुणनभास्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम वन्दे गुरो श्री चरण वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने प्रभुपाद नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने प्रभुपाद Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine. Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine. Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.